If you've ever dreamed of having your own little hedgehog, you might want to look at African pygmy or long-eared hedgehogs. The African pygmy hedgehog is actually a hybrid species, specially bred to live comfortably at home. They don't exist in the wild at all. They look just like the hedgehogs you see in nature, only much smaller. A grown pygmy hedgehog is about 20 to 25 centimeters long and weighs less than half a kilo, that's just about a pound. Females are usually a bit bigger than males. Their backs are covered with two-tone quills, black and white or brown and white. You can also find hedgehogs in shades of gray, black, chocolate, and even albino white. When calm, their spines lie flat, but when startled, they turn into a tiny, spiky ball. Now, the long-eared hedgehog is another great choice. It's not a hybrid, but a natural species with adorable, sharp 5-centimeter ears. They're more active and curious than African pygmies, with bigger appetites, and they get used to people pretty quickly. But here's something important. Wild hedgehogs you see in the forest or your backyard should never be taken home. They often carry serious diseases like rabies. So, if you want a hedgehog, always get one from a trusted breeder or pet nursery. A pet hedgehog usually lives around 6 years. But with proper care, some can live up to 10 or even 14 years. Experts recommend adopting one when it's about 1.5 to 2 months old. That's when they adapt best to home life and become tame and affectionate. The price? Usually between $40 and $70 depending on the breeder and pedigree. Hedgehog care and setup. Despite being exotic pets, hedgehogs are surprisingly easy to care for. Here's what you'll need. A spacious cage, at least 70 centimeters long. For females, wood shavings or bedding like for hamsters. For males, soft pads or pea pads, since small debris can cause irritation. A running wheel, get a quiet one, since they're night owls. A food bowl and water bottle. A litter box. And of course, proper food. Hedgehogs love tunnels, ramps, and multi-level cages. Just make sure everything's safe so they don't fall. Keep the cage away from heaters and windows, and always make sure the floor isn't made of wire mesh, their tiny legs can get stuck. Use soft cloth or fleece as bedding, but avoid pine or scented wood shavings, and never use hay, it molds quickly. Clean the cage daily, replace bedding once or twice a week, and keep bowls clean. Change their water and food every day. Let your hedgehog explore your home, but always keep an eye on them. They love to crawl into hidden corners. They also enjoy playing with small balls or cat teaser toys. To stay healthy, hedgehogs need daily activity. Running wheels and short play sessions are perfect. And one last tip. Keep the room temperature steady at 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, 73 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Too cold, and they might try to hibernate. Too hot, and they can overheat. At the right temperature, your little buddy will stay happy, active, and awake all year round. What do pet hedgehogs eat? Despite their cute looks, hedgehogs are actually carnivores. In the wild, they mostly feed on insects and larvae, things like beetles, ants, worms, and caterpillars. Sometimes they'll go after small vertebrates such as lizards, frogs, baby birds, or even bird eggs. And every now and then, they'll snack on seeds, fruits, or berries. For African pygmy hedgehogs, the best option is to feed them special hedgehog food or high-quality cat kibble, super premium only. Here are a few good hedgehog food brands. Spike's Dinner, a trusted, balanced formula. Dejana Country Mix exclusive Hedgie, made specifically for hedgehogs. Exotic Menu, a universal insectivore food. To make sure your hedgehog's diet is perfectly balanced, it's always smart to consult an exotic pet veterinarian. Important tip, never introduce too many new foods at once. Always monitor your pet's digestion. Healthy poop means happy Hedgie. Safe foods for pet hedgehogs. You can feed your hedgehog. Safe live insects, mealworms, crickets, roaches. Day-old chicks or small mice, occasionally. Boiled eggs, quail or chicken, up to twice a week. Boneless, lean fish, like boiled fillet of cod or pollock. Soft vegetables and mild fruits, finely chopped, zucchini, pumpkin, cucumber, pear, apple, melon, or banana. As a treat, you can offer dried insects from a pet store. Occasionally, hedgehogs also enjoy sprouted wheat or oats. Some owners add a dog vitamin supplement, but only if prescribed by a vet. Never feed hedgehogs regular milk, it causes severe stomach issues. Citrus fruits, nuts, seeds, bread, or sweets. Foods high in starch. Overfeeding or giving too many different foods can easily upset their digestion and harm their health. Adult pygmy hedgehogs should eat twice a day, and always have fresh water available in a small bowl or bottle. Breeding hedgehogs at home. Hedgehogs are best kept alone, but during breeding season, you can temporarily place a male and a female together. They usually get used to each other within a single day. If the male is interested, he'll start a cute little courtship dance, standing on his tiptoes, making soft chirping sounds, and circling around the female. When that happens, move the cage to a quiet place and avoid disturbing them. Just feed them and let nature take its course. A few days after mating, you can separate them again. It's very important not to breed related hedgehogs, that can lead to genetic problems. Pregnancy lasts about 39 days. During this time, give the female more calories and extra calcium, and remove the running wheel from the cage. You can return it once the babies are weaned. A typical litter has around 6 tiny hedgehogs, born blind, with soft quills. For the first month, they feed on their mother's milk. To help the mother feel comfortable, move her to a larger enclosure, and line it with soft hay, tissues, or fabric scraps so she can build a cozy nest. Common health problems in pet hedgehogs. Just like any other pet, hedgehogs can get sick, especially if their environment isn't quite right. Here are the most common health issues you might encounter with your little spiky friend. Hypothermia, getting too cold. This is one of the biggest dangers for pet hedgehogs, especially during the fall and spring when heating isn't on yet. If the room temperature drops below 70 degrees Fahrenheit 21 degrees Celsius, it can be life-threatening. Cold hedgehogs may start sneezing or making tiny, clicking sounds while breathing, both early signs of pneumonia. In some cases, a chilled hedgehog may even try to go into hibernation, which is extremely risky for pet breeds. If you notice these symptoms, take your hedgie to an exotic vet immediately. Treatment may include antibiotic injections and careful warming under vet supervision. Digestive issues. Healthy hedgehog poop should be dark brown, firm, and shaped like a little sausage, yes, really. If you notice green, slimy, soft, or bloody stool, that's a red flag. Diarrhea can quickly cause dehydration, so it's important to see a vet right away. Sometimes, the vet may give subcutaneous saline injections to rehydrate your pet. Parasites, mites, worms, and fungal infections. If your hedgehog starts losing quills or fur, develops crusty skin, bald patches, scabs, or sores, or begins scratching a lot, it could be mites, ringworm, or other parasites. Weight loss and loss of appetite are also warning signs. Don't try to treat it at home, these conditions require professional diagnosis and medication. Cancer, oncology. Sadly, tumors and cancers are quite common in pet hedgehogs. They can affect any organ system, especially as the animal gets older. Regular checkups can help catch problems early. Reproductive disorders. Female hedgehogs can develop inflammations or infections of the reproductive system. If you notice swelling, bleeding, or behavioral changes, contact a vet immediately. Injuries. Hedgehogs are curious and can easily get hurt, scratched, bitten, or even tangled. One of the most common, and dangerous, Injuries happens when a human hair or thread wraps around their tiny leg, cutting off circulation. This can lead to necrosis, tissue death, and sometimes even amputation. Also remember, hedgehogs are solitary by nature. They should always live alone, even mothers and grown babies, since sharing a cage often leads to fights and wounds. Here's the video. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next time.